This week's episode is about finding strength. I'm Rachael Keefe, and this is Monday's Muse. Today we have come to the Mississippi River because twice this week the question of where do we find strength, where do we get renewed for continuing the work of the gospel came up. First in Sunday school, where we have been reading The Scandalous Gospel of Jesus by Peter Gomes. This week's chapter was on the social gospel. And the whole meaning in the social gospel movement was to live your faith out loud, to bring your beliefs into public policy and action, and to make it clear that your faith informs your whole life. And people asked, how do we keep doing that? Sometimes it's exhausting to do the work that God calls us to. And then in worship, during the sermon, the verse I focused on was, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God." And we talked about ways in which we, as the body of Christ, need to continuously incarnate divine love. And I heard them say off to the side, where do we find the strength? And that's why we came to the river today. Because when I need renewal, when I need rest from my weariness, I need to go to the water. And the ocean is way too far away here in Minnesota. So the river or one of the lakes, and right now the river is amazing because the water is high and the current is strong. And I can just sit and watch the flow of the water and be reminded that I am one small person in the entire universe. It gives me perspective, and it gives me rest for my spirit. Other ways that we can find strength and rest are through community worship, where we remember that we are not alone. It is not our sole responsibility to embody Christ for everyone else, that we do that in community. So worship. Other spiritual practices, doing what we enjoy. Saturday, after a long day of leading a mental health training education day, I went to the movies because I love superhero movies. They give me rest. They help me to focus on other things and to remind me that there is still joy and fun in the universe. So as we think about that call, beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God. Think about the ways in which you can restore your soul. Do something you enjoy that renews you, that gives you rest, and reminds you that you are not alone. It's God's love that calls us out into the world, and God's love that binds us together. So find rest and renewal, and get back to bringing the gospel to life. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.